And that was good news and bad news, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Charles Gregory, the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle,
and the beautiful
Classy Lady Sparkle.
And we got Lady S down in the building with sports. Lady S, you ready for me?
Yes, I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. We going I'm going to start with some NFL because it's not much going on there. We're in week 11. Week 10, Eagles lost again. We're going to leave that right there. They played. Hey, like, what?
You locking her up already?
She live giving her show.
There's nothing else to say. I mean, I can't give y'all something that's not there. You know, I don't have anything good there. So, you know, Philly football, that's where we at right now. They're holding the record of 3-5, and they're one tie. They play the Browns this week, and Browns have a 6-3 record. We're in the middle of week 11, so you know we'll see what they do. We'll see what happens on Sunday. But this is all. We'll also be going into week 12, and so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up for what you can expect on Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is always a big football day. So on Thanksgiving, you'll have 3 games that you can watch. Texas at the Lions, Washington at the Cowboys, and the Ravens at the Steelers, who are 9-0 now. So they still balling. You know, see, they right up the road in Pittsburgh. Maybe y'all can, you know, maybe have a sit down, get some pointers or something.
I'm not even going to address it. I'm gonna go ahead and let you be great right now. I'm hoping you getting into this basketball thing shortly.
Yeah. That's why I was like, let's be done with that. So I'm getting into this basketball thing. Thank you, I appreciate that. So yes, let's talk some NBA, and most importantly, let's talk some Sixers, because the Sixers scored a new GM Daryl Morey. Excited to have him. Daryl signed a 5-year contract with Philadelphia after spending 13 years in Houston. And he just recently parted ways with them a few weeks ago. They also, in the midst of, you know, making some changes, they got rid of Al Horford. I know that was a big contract. You know, they've been trying to free up some money in some areas, and that was an area for them to do so. But the Sixers have acquired Danny Green, Dwight Howard, and Steph Curry's little brother. So I think this is a great start to the season. So what are your thoughts, Charles?
I don't know about that. I don't know, man.
You don't know about what?
Some of they pick. I like. What'd you say?
I said, what part of this don't you like?
Green.
Oh, Danny Green?
Yeah. I don't like that too much at all. That was a waste of money for you to trade. Like, come on, man. Like for two. Come on. Like, I had a problem with that. I did.
Well, they don't always the best financial decisions.
Yeah. Well, somebody said facts. Hope the black coach win the Super Bowl. No doubt. I ain't said that. I hope they win too. Yeah.
That's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes. My mom loves that team for that reason, because she loves the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing
like Sixers keep. I think all Philadelphia teams. I just don't understand what's going on with them right now. I feel like they make the worst decisions when it comes to all of this stuff. I do. Even the Phillies. I just don't get it. You get rid of the people. You get rid of your most valuable people for what? And then spend more for what? Doesn't make sense.
Well, what's your thought? What's your thoughts about Doc Rivers?
About Doc Rivers?
Doc Rivers, yeah.
I mean, that's Gucci. I mean, that was safe. That was safe. But I want to see like a we need something like when AI got drafted. We need something like that.
Right.
You know, one of those wow moments. Maybe Seth, he's young though. You know what I mean? But
he is. I mean, they did have. I mean, the you know, we're just coming out of the NBA draft was Wednesday, and then we had, you know, following that free agency Friday. You know, so it's still a lot of stuff happening. Still a lot of moves being made. We acquired Tyrese Maxey, Isaiah Joe, and Paul Reed in the draft. But I mean, they're, you know, you never know. There's still might be a little smidget of hope because you know, rumors. Well, you know, some rumors were flying that Russell Westbrook and James Harden don't want to play together anymore. And James Harden is looking to get out of Houston. He's not renewing. He's not re-signing there. And he actually wanted to come over to the Nets, you know, to play with Kyrie and what's his name? Kevin Durant. So, you know, he's looking to land somewhere over here on the East Coast right now. He has his eyes on, you know, the Nets and the Sixers. So, you know, Philly and New York. So, how do you feel if we were to get James Harden?
That might be all right. I wouldn't be mad at it. I mean,
yeah, I'd be hyped.
You'd be hyped.
I like Harden.
I wouldn't be mad at it. It's still not a wow moment to me.
Yeah, I mean, James. Listen, it's better than some of the stuff we've been dealing had in the past. I mean, ever since I know I hear you when you talk about AI, but ever since I think that was the closest we got, and then, you know, after that, we had like a long drought where we wasn't making no noise at all until
right. But you make noise. You get rid of your first and second pick, like you pass that off for Green.
Yeah,
like that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. We could have had a wild moment with that because I think we was like early in the pick too.
But Philadelphia does not make wise decisions when it comes to money. One of my running jokes when it comes to the Philadelphia 76ers, I call it the NBA training camp. I call it the NBA training camp because I'm like, everybody comes here, they get good, they leave and go get rings. I'm like, what? So basically, y'all be just here practicing. So I mean, because Philadelphia, you don't keep nobody, and then you don't want to spend the money to get the people you need to get, and then when you do spend money, you buy broken players. You know,
So I guess he responded. He's saying he'll take away from. Yeah, he's taking away from Embiid. But I feel like they should have been got rid of Embiid. I don't know why they got Embiid.
I've heard people say that too. I think they're trying to hold on to Embiid and just put other people around him.
Yeah, they probably scared he gonna do what you just said, Stace. He gonna go somewhere else and he gonna shine. He gonna get his ring there.
Let him go.
Look at Iguodala. Look at Iguodala.
Iguodala. Well, Iguodala is, you know, he's doing good. He got his couple rings. You know, he left and he made out like a bandit when he went over to the Golden State Warriors. And right now, when it comes to the Golden State Warriors, they just had another setback because Klay Thompson, who was already out with an injury, got hurt in practice. So he was out with a left knee injury. He tore his ACL, and now he has so bad. Now he has ripped his right Achilles.
What?
So
those Splash Brothers.
Knee to the right Achilles. So now that has added on another year for Klay Thompson to be out. So at this point, I don't know if the Golden State Warriors dynasty is officially over or what's going to happen, because it'll be another 2-3 years, I think, before they'll get back. I think if, I kind of feel like if him and Steph Curry are still together, the Splash Brothers are still there, they probably can do something, but Klay's out for a whole nother year.
Oh, no Splash Brothers. Oh.
So so Golden State Warriors won't be really doing much this year. So, all right. So I'm going.
My man said, really, Charles?
Really, Charles?
Yes, my man. No, you get rid of Embiid, period, man. He says Embiid is the Sixers. But see, that's the problem. They put the whole, that is the problem. They put the whole franchise around Embiid that can't play, always hurt, spend a lot of money, and he can't. Come on, man.
That's what I was getting ready to say. How many times was he hurt last season?
He will be somewhere hurt,
Oh,
crying.
I hurt my pinky. Everybody else would just tape up. Everybody else would just tape up. Tape them together. No, he's just I'm waiting for him to say he broke his nail. Oh, I broke his nail.
That's his TP. Leave him alone.
TP.
When he has his tea after the game.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, nah, cut it out, bro.
Let me see some more of his comments. You must not be putting everything up.
I put him up. I put him up. Everything he said, I put it up. Just to be fair, you know what I mean? I put it up. But I mean, but he does make a point. Embiid is the Sixers, which is the problem. They placed the whole franchise around Embiid that never plays. They spent how much? It's like some crap. I can't remember the number. It's been so, and then you get rid of 2 picks to get Green. Like I can't. I just can't. See, he already said it. He know what I'm saying. Like it is what it is. Like it is what it is. I mean, it's like, come on, man. I'm all right. All right.
Well, that sounds really familiar about how the Eagles put all those people around Wentz, who's supposed to be the guy.
They need to get rid of him too.
It's looking like y'all should have kept Foles, but
Foles was my guy.
Exactly.
My guy.
Exactly. Like
that Super Bowl, Wentz was out hurt then. He was another. He's every time he falls. Listen, I'm a pray for y'all. That's all I got. Prayers going up to the Philadelphia Philadelphia teams, Philadelphia 76ers, Philadelphia Eagles, and the Phillies, because they were doing good, and then all of a sudden they just kind of crashed. So, Lauren, this next story is for you, boo.
Hey,
so it is here. It is finally here. It's going down November 28th on pay-per-view. The fight y'all been waiting for. Why y'all laughing? Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. Yes. Okay. Hang on, Charles. So Tyson and Roy Jones, okay, 2 of boxing's iconic figures are finally going to lock it up. Okay, former undisputed heavyweight champion Mike Tyson will meet former 4-division world champion Roy Jones Jr. in the Staples Center in Los Angeles, November 28th. Okay.
I'm scared.
You scared?
I'm scared.
Now, Mike Tyson has had 58 fight career and holds a record of 50 wins with 6 losses, of which 44 of those 50 wins were knockouts. His last fight was 15 years ago on June 11, 2005, when he lost to Kevin McBride. Now, Roy Jones has 75 fights under his belt. Hang on, Charles. Hang on, Charles. Come out, Charles. Thank you. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones had 75 fights with 66 wins, 9 losses, and 47 of those wins being knockouts. His last fight was February 8th of 2018, just 2 years ago, when he fought Scott Zigman and he won. So, looking at the photo of when they were younger, now Charles. That's looking at the photo of when Roy and Mike Tyson were younger.
Mm-hmm.
Not okay, so looking at this photo here of when they were younger versus the photo of here when they're older.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because these guys are older, this is how they're gonna look now fighting. And because these guys are old, Tyson is 54 and Roy Jones is 51. Because of this, and because of this, they're not going. They're going to be fighting an exhibition fight. All right, so this fight is going to be 8 rounds.
Okay.
So it's going to be 8 2-minute rounds versus the 12 3-minute rounds that you guys are probably going to be seeing. And they won't be wearing headgear, even though it's an exhibition fight. They won't be wearing headgear, and their gloves both of their gloves will be 12 ounces. So I just wanted to hear from y'all, after hearing those stats, who y'all think will win this fight?
You know what? That picture that Charles put up with them now, that's just giving me the vibes from like, y'all seen some of these backyard fights with the men and they got their shirts off? Like, when they was fighting. That's giving me a backyard fight vibe.
That is too funny. I'm looking at Tyson because I follow Roy Jones' career, and the last fight he fought was James Toney. And even though it was the last fight, I wasn't as impressed, even though I know Tyson, I think his was more mental, what he was going through versus physical. I just think that I think Tyson's going to win. Now, Roy Jones had an impressive career, but I don't think it was as impressive to me. And just seeing how Tyson kept his body and watching him. Now Roy Jones has more like a stamina, whereas though Tyson got more of a brunt type of slower movement. So that's the part that he might tire out Tyson. But if he get caught by it, I just think that Roy Jones won't win. So mine is for Tyson.
You're right. Okay.
I'm scared for Roy Jones after seeing some of his recent workouts. Like, I'm scared for Roy Jones. Like, Tyson been showing himself in the gym, and he was like, it's scary. Like, I'm scared for Roy Jones.
You sound like my mom. She was for her, and she was like, "Oh, Roy, don't fight him."
Yes. I'm sure Evander Holyfield somewhere like, don't do it. Evander Holyfield somewhere like, don't do it.
Well, Charles, who you think will win?
I'm gonna give it to Tyson, man. I'm gonna give it to Tyson unless Roy, because I'm gonna say like this: if it was a few years younger, maybe I don't know. Roy was never a power puncher at all. Roy was never put in the pound for pound category, right?
Yes.
Stand up straight and slug at you. He never did that. What Roy was known for was his bob and weave game, his rooster, his cop mentality. Bob and weave, and he'll catch you off guard. He was never known as a hard puncher. So when you fight in one who is undisputedly one of the best top 5 pound for pound boxers in the world, that's a different conversation.
You're coming from here.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So if all I can say is if Roy Jones can make it go the distance, maybe if he can keep Tyson off of him and win by kind of count, the ConcuBox count, maybe Roy Jones may win, but he never fought anybody close to Mike Tyson ever in terms of you're talking about Mike Tyson, who was I forgot his weight, 230, 240 or something like that. I could be wrong. Somebody can fact check me, but You're talking about somebody that big who moved like a welterweight.
So Mike Tyson. No, just real quick to what you said. Mike Tyson was 312 pounds, and he actually dropped down to 220 in 5 months just for this fight.
In how many months?
In 5 months. He went from 312 to 220 in 5 months for this fight. He was training for this fight.
That's what he was before that 220.
So that tells me that he was carrying a lot of weight. He was carrying almost 100 pounds. So he carrying all that weight. But remember, you get used to that weight when you lose it, right? And he lost it over the course, right? That means you're strong. Weight is like weight. You're carrying it. Now you're light on your feet. You're moving. You're doing things that you wouldn't normally be doing. Now he had his game weight. And so for me, it's going to be a hard. I just hope the only way I can see it is Roy Jones do his bob and weave, stay out the way, and just use his jab.
I'm glad though that they are deducting the amount of the fight in regards to rounds. Like they go into 8 versus the 12, and then the ounces of the gloves, because that definitely has an impact on it. So
Well, listen, Sparkle. Despite California State Athletic Commissioner Andy Foster saying the bout will be nothing more than a hard sparring session, Tyson and Jones, they both saying otherwise. They're treating this like a regular heavyweight bout, and both of them saying they going to the finish.
They need to. You supposed to treat this. You supposed to treat it like it, because you never you never supposed to underestimate your opponent. Like I said, it is a way that Roy Jones can win. Remember when Tyson stepped in the ring with Holyfield, people thought Tyson would win, but Tyson never fought someone who was as agile and hit as hard as Holyfield. That's what threw him off. Right there, aside from he didn't really train for the fight like he should have, but he wasn't ready for somebody to be as agile as a heavyweight who was as agile as Tyson. It was nobody else that's like that. Now let's put Roy Jones in there. Roy Jones essentially is as agile. The only problem is he didn't hit as hard as Holyfield, and so that's kind of like the problem. I see that. I say this thing may go like 3 rounds with a knockout by Tyson.
Wow. Listen, Roy Jones, like you said, he's known for bobbing and weaving. I hope he got his bob and weave game up. But if it's, I'm not really certain. These guys, they old. I just want them to be careful more than anything.
Exactly.
I want them to be careful more than anything. But to your point, Charles. Him not really training for that fight for Holyfield because he probably just assumed he could win. But also mentality, I think it kind of got to his head a little bit because all the people he was fighting, he was going in and just destroying them. You know what I mean? It wasn't really a fight. He wasn't even going 12 rounds in none of his fights because he was knocking people out. Like I remember that one story where the man was on TV. He said he went to get the hot dog, came back, and the fight was all that much money for ringside seats, and you didn't see anything. Like he knocked him out like in the first round. Like it was crazy. Like I don't want to spend money for that, but because he was doing that, that stamina of being in the ring for a long time and really like fighting, like you said, training, that situation with Holyfield, that's why he got so frustrated with that. With him.
Yeah. He just wasn't ready for it. He didn't train like he should have. Plus, again, he never fought anybody like Holyfield that was as agile as that and was moving the way that he was moving. Even in Buster Douglas, when he fought Buster Douglas and Buster Douglas knocked him out, he didn't train at all. He didn't even sleep. He was just like, he was out partying with, I believe, Jamie Foxx, and he just was drinking and everything, and then he just didn't win.
He wasn't
ready for it.
I think when his mental is messed up, he's just done. Do y'all think they need the headgear though?
I think so. At their age,
I
think so.
See, you can't.
I
But
think
that's
they
what I'm
should.
saying. Spark.
I think
The
they need to
thing
have
that y'all, the thing that y'all, but this is the thing. The thing that y'all keep talking about is at their age.
At their
You're talking
age.
about people. Yeah, you can't say that for them who are. You're talking about Mike Tyson, who is in tip-top shape, who is in better shape than a lot of quote unquote like beginning boxers today. So exactly. So when you talk about boxers who but you're not talking about Mike Tyson, who was fighting somebody like who's at the peak right now. You're talking about somebody that's in his category that's still like, and he's fit. Like,
But
he's
no,
not like
see,
he just came up. He just got off the couch and was like, "Yo, I'm ready to go 12 rounds."
no, what I'm talking about is that both of them have had heavyweight boxing. So over the course of the years, regardless of what you do an MRI on them, their brain has taken a whole lot of punches. So where they are now, being their age and also having the history of those type of concussions or whatever, I'm like, okay, you're about to go in there at the age you are now, knowing that your brain has already been through this and not protected and still going to be able to get punched. Like, from the neck down, yeah, but from the, from them uppercuts and them, them jabs, that wear and tear. So I'm just like, at the age and the history, they might need some headgear.
Yeah, Spark, that's what I was going to say.
The person that I'm worried about is Roy Jones with that, because he already seemed a little punch drunk.
Yeah, when he speaks, because I hear when he commentates, his tongue sounds a little heavy.
Yeah, I'm worried about him. I'm not too worried about Mike Tyson with that, but I mean, like I said, who knows? I mean, like, yeah, I mean, he Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson, man. Like, I'm not too worried about their age. I'm more because they in physical tip-top shape. Like, if Tyson looked slow and fat, and I'd be like, oh, I don't. But he look good. He look good. I mean, let me see if I could.
All right, so Stacey, you pull the clip up. Well, yeah, that's how he looked. Yeah.
You see how he look at his traps.
You see how thick his neck looked in that first picture?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But look at his traps now, though. You're talking about he looks almost bigger than he did.
Bigger. Yeah, he does.
Than when he was young. That's why I said Mike Tyson is in like tip-top shape. You can't take it away from him.
We're going to have to do a live when that plays.
I want y'all to hear something, though. Charles, are you able to play that clip I sent you?
Yeah, let's bring him up.
All right. So the name of this fight is going to be titled Frontline Battle. But Mike Tyson thinks it should be called something else.
After 15 years, Mike Tyson is stepping back in the ring to fight Roy Jones Jr. And guess what? He's joining us now.
Yeah.
Say hi to Mike Tyson. Hi, Mike. How you doing?
You can't hear it?
Stop it, I said.
Okay, go ahead.
So, okay. You got the time code that you're playing it from? 107, 153 to 207.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right, I didn't see that time. You said 153?
Yeah, because this is this is long.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, this is for Lauren.
All right, there you go.
The fight should be beauty, because check this out. I'm beautiful, baby. Look at me now.
Wow.
Look at this body, baby. Look at this body, baby.
Wow. You do look beautiful. Have you been abstaining from everything?
Hey, listen, maybe not. No. That's for young people to do that. I already have my installed discipline.
Speaking of young people, I want to ask you this, because I know you are a boxing historian and a student.
I know a few things, Jimmy. I know a few things.
Yes. If 20-year-old Mike Tyson fought 54-year-old Mike Tyson, what would the outcome be? How many rounds? What happens?
That'd be a pretty interesting fight. But I'm telling you, man, that young guy, he's going to run into something.
Like what?
Yeah, he's a little reckless, the young guy.
Okay.
Think he got a hard punch and he could take a real good shot. I don't know if he could take one of my shots.
All right, stop it.
Well, I guess we'll never find out. No.
So just like what you said, Charles, this is what he's saying. He's saying, you know, he's a lot better than he was at 20. Because in that picture, he's 20 years old.
Wow.
The first picture, he's 20, and the other picture, he's 54.
Yeah, and something else he said was, he said that young guy was reckless.
Yes.
He said that young guy was reckless because he asked, how do you think that fight would turn out between that young guy? He said that young guy was reckless. He said, I don't know if that young guy could take a shot. And that's exactly what I'm saying about Roy Jones. I'm not sure he's going to be able to take a shot from Mike. I'm saying it may go 3 rounds. It may go 1. But I'm telling you, I'm being generous by saying 3 rounds because Mike may want to, it's going to be people that want to see that. They probably spar a little bit the first round. The second round, he might get caught with something and make Mike Tyson mad. Roy Jones might catch Mike Tyson with a hook or a jab, make Mike Tyson mad. And then the third round, Mike Tyson gonna come out, but it's a wrap. It's curtains. And so for me, when you look at, like I said, let me pull this picture back up again. Like you talking about, look at him. You can't deny Mike Tyson is ready. He ready. You know what I'm saying? You even here, like Roy Jones don't even look as big as Tyson. So when you talk about, like I said, Jones, he wasn't known as best pound for pound, like sit there and slug you. He hasn't been hit really hard. And the reason why he hasn't been hit really hard is because he will move a lot. So he wasn't really known to take a punch. The first couple times he got punched in the chin, he got knocked out.
Yeah, well, I hope he faster now.
That's what I'm hoping. I haven't seen him train. I'm gonna go and see if I can find some videos of him training. But I'm calling third round. If he don't make Mike Tyson mad, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I think I might even go 5. And the reason, like I said, that's too long. I go 4. Because the reason, like, they want to give people their money's worth. So they might play around the first round. Second round, they might play around again. 3, it might get a little serious. 4 for knockout. That's how I call it.
All right, so let's talk about real quick. I know we gotta go to the sizzle, but this fight is going to be streaming, and right now streaming rights for this fight sold for $50 million. So how y'all watch it? It's going to be on pay-per-view, Trilla, and Feedy.tv. And based on the pay-per-view sales, which people behind this fight are hoping will be high, the estimated payout for Roy Jones is $10.5 million, and the estimated for Tyson is $10 million. However, Tyson has already said it ain't about the money for him. I don't know. Maybe he just ready to fight again. He wants y'all to know that he still got it. I don't know what his real reason for wanting to do this is, but the $10 million that he's receiving, he's donated all of it to charity. All of it is going to charity. So I don't know what his reason is, but y'all can catch this fight again November 28th. The 4-hour event starts at 8 p.m. with the main card scheduled to begin at 9 p.m. And depending on how long the other fights last, the underling fights, Tyson and Jones should be making their way to the ring about 11 p.m. ish. But before I go on this story, that's not all. They want to make sure the fight makes some money, so they're bringing in some celebrity power to help them, hoping it'll help them do well with numbers. So y'all ready for this? Mm-hmm. So in addition to the fight, there are going to be performances by Lil Wayne, French Montana, The Baby, YG, and Wiz Khalifa.
That's gonna be hot.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I like it.
They could have brought in one of the ladies though with that.
One of the ladies?
Yeah, you could have got rid of like
Meg.
Yeah, they could have brought in Meg and got rid of maybe French. I like The Baby, Wiz Khalifa, Meg Thee Stallion, and yeah.
You listen. You don't know what this money talking about out here. So, maybe he was cheaper than Meg. Also kicking off the fight, singing the national anthem, and the tape performance is going to be Theo. And last but not least, one of my favorite parts, the legendary ring announcer Michael Buffer is coming back. Guy has signed on to the fight. I love when I hear his voice because that means it's really going down.
I am excited. That's going to be a good fight.
Yeah. It's so funny. My brother was like, "This is a real thing. This is really happening." I was like, "It's real." He was like, "I didn't think it was real." I said, "It's real."
If this goes well, I'm gonna tell you, Holyfield coming out. I know that for if you go well, Holyfield coming out, and it may create another lane for older boxers, to come in and spar a little bit, because they still have the drive. And once you're a boxer, you always a boxer. That's not until you 6 feet under, you always gonna go out swinging, man. That's kind of like what's in you. I would like to see somebody like a De La Hoya in Trinidad or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but you already know. That's what's up. Yeah.
I like Trinidad. So that's all you got for you guys. That's We Talk Sports.
You guys, it's your girl Lauren Sizzle
and Classy Lady Sparkle.
And have you subscribed to our channel yet?
If the answer is no, you need to subscribe now.
Yeah, so stop what you're doing, go right now and subscribe. We like you, you like us, so go ahead and subscribe.
Come on over, be a part of the family of We Talk Weekly and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
So what are you waiting for? Subscribe
now.